Welcome back to our Creative Craft channel. Today I will be showing you how to make an emergency bow. That's how I would like to call it anyway. Now, if you anything like me, where you've got all the tools to do a particular job but you can't find them, then you need to find a way of actually making what I call an emergency bow. And that's what exactly I'm going to be showing you today. So I've got different types of ribbons and different thicknesses here, including lace. And this one simple technique will actually apply to any types of ribbons that you will be using for this, to make these bows. So at the moment I've got this Yute, which is nice and thin, and potentially you could create a really busy flower using this technique. But just let's assume that you've got particular an embellishment to go inside of your bow, and these are like 3 natural acorns, and you know that you want a little bit to stick out on both sides. So what you need to do first is a little bit of planning. You could use the planning against the actual embellishments, as I've just said, or against a size card that you're going to work on. Okay, so in this case, as an example, we've got an acorns. And let's go for a loop this size, because this is only one loop that you're going to do. What you need to do now is create very similar length loop on the opposite side, and again and again. So what you're doing, you're actually creating a number 8, and you just keep going up and down, and you're just adding as many loops as you like. Obviously you will run out. In this case I know that I would have 4 on this side but only 3 on that side, so I'm just gonna leave it to 3 on each side. Okay, and you are going to chop off the rest. What you need next, it's a piece of wire, which obviously the ends of the flowers are perfect for that. And this is what you do next. Put that piece of wire in the middle of your number 8, bend it, hold it together, and this part is the most important part you need to do. You need to twist this wire really tightly, because if you don't, it will just fall apart and you will not be able to adjust it. So now I have done that, and all you do now is basically adjust the loops on each side. So as I said, using very narrow ribbons like this, you could create a busy bow. Okay, but this is one of them just now. Right, so if I was to put an acorn in there and extra few leaves, that's what we have. So this is one type. Then we've got a ribbon, satin ribbon, which very similar obviously way, but I'd like to show you slightly thicker and bigger ribbon. And as you can see, this is about 4.5 centimeters wide. And the same principle, just decide on actual first loop. Now you can bend the ribbon like this, okay, as you can see, or you can keep it like this. It's entirely up to you. It would still give you slightly different effect, but if I'm just going to keep it like that, then I'm doing and following exactly the same pattern. Up and down, up and down. So I've got 2 on each side now. Now 3. 3 on each side. So let's go for 4. This is going to be a very busy and very lovely bow. Right. So just over here and chop off the rest. Now, another piece of wire. And the same principle, put it in the middle, bring the ends together like so. You've got to squeeze it because it's a little bit wider, but you need to grab 2 pieces of wire and you need to twist. And again, as I said, this is the most important part. Right, so this is what it looks like at the moment. When you open it, you then maneuver those bits and pieces and you bring in it forward. And now you're adjusting it. Right, so you can see how simple it is. And this principle applies to obviously every single type of ribbon you can have. Right. So you just have to find a way. Okay, that's my front, that's my back, and that's my busy bow. So let's say I've got a little flower going in the center there. That's basically what you're going to do. So that's next. Now, here now, I've got this lovely lace, and with lace, it's a little bit harder, just a little bit, but it's still obviously possible to do it. Once again, decide on a loop. This time you will see that I'm actually bending my loop the other way, and the same principle. And again, and again. And let's say we're just going to go for 3. Right, so you can see I've got a little bit more in my hand now, and you do need another piece of wire, so I'm just going to cut myself from, there we go, and once again, put the wire in the middle, bend it backwards, grab your wire. You can see the, it is a little bit harder. I've got a little bit more bulk in my hands, but it's still possible. If you obviously have more ribbon each time, you can always go for a longer piece of wire, and each time you will create a lovely busy bow. So once again, just keep adjusting, just keep maneuvering, and you will have that busy bow. So potentially you could use anything, raffia, any types of fabric, anything you like. So this is my bow, and let's say I am going to pop this flower in the center. Now I also have, using the lace, this bow, which I've actually combined it together with a pearl strands. So you can see that you can add extra elements to it and just create that extra interesting bow. So on the dark sort of color heart, you will actually see how it stands out a little bit more, and that's your bow. Well, I hope you find my way of making bows easy to follow, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.